Hello everybody. I just couldn't help myself. I popped over into Starbase to take my old buzzard that I worked so hard for out for a quick spin here around Origin 2. It's really sad that for the most part this game has died. I don't think there's hardly anybody playing it anymore. But my primary ships were Tripins and the Buzzard from Vintage Ships right over here. I remember working my butt off trying to get enough credits, enough materials to get this ship. And she is a beauty. I'll see if I can step outside real quick and let you get a good look. I can remember where the door was. Okay, where is my door? I got in, damn it. The hatch should be right up top. And there's my doors. There we go. Give you just a little bit of a look here. She is a thing of beauty. Lots of cargo lots of cargo capacity, big plasma engine, lots of smaller engines, automated mining. Lots of fuel capacity. This is all the storage. It was a major accomplishment when I finally got this ship. I really hate the fact that this game kind of died. Look at these beautiful mining lasers. I was actually happy to see that the servers were actually still online. It's not impossible for this game to end up coming back, but I'm not going to hold my breath either. I might take this one back down to its landing bay and pull out one of the Tripins, let you see it too. Where it all started, as it were. Had to take a couple minutes and remember how to fly the darn thing because, honestly, I haven't played the game either for a while. See, the problem is yet another one of the reasons why I'm not too happy with multiplayer games in general is people suck. And well, when the economy kind of died for being able to sell ores at a reasonable price, well, between the different between the different situations with bugs not getting fixed and bugs not getting fixed and features not being added, there was a lot offered in the game, but ultimately it died from it offered so much, and I guess it just really wasn't profitable. But I mean, look at this cockpit. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. And yes, in case you're wondering, I pretty much forgot how to fly my own ship. It's coming back to me. I would gladly relearn how the controls work on this game if it would come back to life. But they introduced a test universe where they were adding features here and adding features there and fixing bugs. But then it more or less suddenly stopped. The last major update, I believe, was October of last year, and the rest of the updates was some server maintenance and whatnot. A couple of days ago, about a week ago. But that being said, I am glad that they actually still have the servers up. I mean, that makes me happy. I'd be even happier if, you know, if I saw a bunch of ships running around and people actually playing the game, I would most assuredly definitely, you know, get back to playing. I miss this game. This is the vintage ships where I actually purchased the Buzzard, and it was not easy coming up with all the materials and the purchase price. But it was a really fun game. One of the things that people did like complaining about is exactly like this. The pop-in, the level on detail pop-in. This is actually, I believe, one of the tri-pins right here, actually. But I own two of them, so. What was really nice was you could actually take a ship for a test drive before you committed to buying it. And I mean, what more could you really ask? I mean, to be totally honest. Let's find my way back out to the hangar area, and I'll pull out one of my tri-pins and maybe take it for a quick little walk. This is almost the equivalent of a goodbye to this game. It takes up an awful lot of space on disk, and it's a game I don't play. And it's hard to keep large games on a computer when you don't play them. So, you know, before you start saying hypocrite, you know, I know. I want the game to come back and I don't play it myself. It's one of those few times when you pretty much need other players for the game to actually be fun. And sadly, this was one of those games that, why can't I get in? There. Okay, I've definitely forgotten the controls on the tri-pin. There we go. This. This is the ship that I earned all the other money with. Just a little bit of storage, couple mining lasers, engines, fast enough to run away from a raider or a pirate. Good times. I don't think I'm out of gas. Pretty sure I made sure everything was properly fueled before I parked it the last time, but radiation, battery. These earlier ships, like the Buzzard and it may actually be out of battery. That's not good. Wow, I come out and take my tri-pin for a little run and I'm gonna have to probably get a tow. What's up with that? Yep, time for Interstellar AAA. I should have checked the battery a lot better before I took it out of the safe zone. Or, well, I mean, it's still in a safe zone, but before I took it away from the landing pad. That's on me. I didn't reacquaint myself with my own ship before I took off. First rule, you don't do that. Okay, the lifeline took me back to the ship, so at least I'm back inside. I guess that's a good thing. Let's see. There's my storage for energy. I've actually forgotten how to grab an item. I'll be right back. Okay, my apologies. I actually had to pretty much relearn a few of the controls. I'm not gonna lie, it's been quite a while since I've had Starbase up and running, and I was just feeling nostalgic and wanted to take my Buzzard and maybe my tri-pin out for a little spin. Sure enough, the tri-pin, I actually own two of them. I chose the defective one. It has no power particularly, and the one the one that I did have hooked up was so low that I got far enough away from the parking area that it ran out of power. So I had to put a new energy core in and get it close enough that I could restore it back on the station. Didn't have to call for the tow, the recovery fee or whatnot. I actually did get it back on its own quote unquote power. But I would gladly relearn. I would gladly relearn the controls for this game if I thought it was going to come back anytime soon or ever. It's a beautiful game, and it had a lot of promise. And it's one of the truly few massively multiplayer games that I actually tried hard to play in. But like I said, the economy crashed because people were selling too much ore. I mean, it was a player-based economy, and the economy kind of crashed. That's not the end. That's not the end of the world or the only thing. But it started turning into some of the other games out there, not necessarily space-based, but it just in general. The second you step outside of the safe zone, you get jumped. And I don't mind PvP, but I'd rather play PvE, player versus environment. And I think the authors tried to accommodate everybody, but between the economy, the rare materials, and just they were in the beginning doing really great with keeping up with bugs and smashing them and adding new features. But at the end of the day, I hate to say it this way, I don't want to be negative about this game at all. I mean, it's bad enough that I have to say that it pretty much is dead. But it was overpromised and somewhat underdelivered. And once things started getting difficult, people left. So, at least for now, this is goodbye to Starbase. I'm hoping that there's a massive infusion of new features and they roll it out to the test universe and make the game fun again, and enough people come back. I mean, I'm willing to come back, but as it sits right now, this is a dead game. Thanks for watching. Be safe.